Welcome back to Happy Times.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of Happy Times.
Sorry that it took us a while to upload a new video, but we had some technical difficulties, some staff member issues, and a bunch of fun random stuff happened too.
Yeah, and at the same time, I guess we've lost a show member. He'll be an occasional member, not a full-time member like we thought.
Yep.
So we will be covering some new subjects today. We've got some subjects in the car wash industry.
Shitty music of today.
The shitty music of today, then the good music of today, of course.
Of course. But mostly good music of back in the day.
Correct. And now we're also going to be covering today how to use a little bit of cleaning. We're going to be reviewing a couple of products. Today I have with me the Sanitaire Heavy Duty Commercial Vacuum and Vibram 5-Finger Shoes. So we've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
So,
a little too much to talk about. My head hurts.
Well, let's get started. Anyway, I'm Mason. This is my co-host
Fernando, but you can call me Chippendales.
And and we are your hosts for Happy Time, and we hope you enjoy the show. So to start this show off, we've.
Oh, hold on, real quick. I just figured out some great news the other day, which made me extremely happy. Justin Bieber actually quit music. Congratulations, you finally did something smart.
Finally, yes, he finally did something smart after all the years of doing music and just his voice is not good, and he almost never wrote his own lyrics. You know, I hate to.
What the fuck is with that?
I hate to you know, give him a negative opinion, but the only song he actually ever wrote was that song, Baby, 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 oh, which just continues for like 5 minutes. I'm like, come on, that's enough.
Yes. It is completely sucks balls. Actually, I won't even wish balls that much disrespect. That song just sucks on its own.
Yeah, it does. It's really bad, and you know, the only true song I can say Justin Bieber actually did is I Like That Power, but it wasn't even Justin Bieber's song. It was will.i.am's song with Justin Bieber as an add-on, you know, featuring Justin Bieber. So.
And you know what? Just to make sure Justin Bieber doesn't watch this video, you know what? I'll keep a water bottle in handy. Can
Melt
you
his
actually
makeup off.
believe that he stopped a concert midway just because he got hit by a water bottle? Artists back in the day, they just didn't care what people threw. They finished a show.
That's correct. They finished the show, or if they got shit thrown at them, they paused the show, yelled at whoever did it,
and then restarted.
And well, not even restarted. They singled him out and said, "Here, let me throw it right back at you," and fucking hit him, and then got him kicked out. So I mean, come on, Justin Bieber.
Water bottle, man.
Come on, Justin Bieber, you're fucking. I hate to call you out, but dude, you're a fucking pussy, bro. You can't even finish your own goddamn show. You know what? I'm in the entertainment industry. I am a DJ, and I can tell you straight, regardless of whatever anybody does, you finish that show. The first rule of show business, the very first rule of show business is the show
performance. The show must go on.
No, the number one thing that you're supposed to, that the entertainment industry even goes by, is that the show will always go on. Period. Exactly. It never ends. The show will always happen. Period. The end of story. It doesn't matter what happens to you, what equipment fails, you find a workaround and you keep going. You do not end your show. That is like that just gives you a bad reputation right there. Even that just shows that you're not even a good sport. If there's people that don't like your music, just accept the fact that there's people that don't like your music. Not everyone is going to like your music. I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, but if everyone liked everybody's music, we would have heard everything by now. But every day I listen to new music. I find new music that you introduce to me, and you find new music that I introduce to you. So, you know, we're never going to have the same taste in music, but at the same time,
to mix the songs.
Yeah, we like good music, but come on. Really?
You're a bitch.
And a show. I'm a DJ, and I had milkshakes and fucking sodas and beer thrown at me. But you know what? The only thing that ever stopped the show was I didn't have a backup mixer and it got wet from beer. So I couldn't perform anymore. I had to pause, go find somebody else's equipment, and continue the show. We had to take a 1 hour intermission, but we were guaranteed back on because the main DJ brought his own equipment too and let me play on his set. So there's no excuse to ever end a show. If anything, you take an intermission. You get your whereabouts back up to you. You suck it up. Security finds who threw that water bottle, and then you continue on your show.
And whoever threw that water bottle, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Oh, I can't face that forward. You can't know who made that cup. So. What else? Today we found a car wash machine that can wash 1 car per minute. I will put links in the description. It's called the Typhoon by Oasis, and Oasis car wash systems. It apparently washes all sides of the car at the same time. It's not a brush. It is a touch-free unit. And
it's pretty kick-ass.
You know what? And it does its basic package in 1:05. And I was reading on the website that it can actually do a car wash in 2 minutes and 50 seconds with all features included. Nice. That's faster than even the standard wash packages on all of them. Because on all the machines, we saw a consistent 3 minutes, 4 minutes till the machine finished washing the car. So 2 minutes and 50 seconds, the top wash is completed. That's trifoam wax soap, double passive soap, rocker panel blaster, undercarriage. Absolutely every feature that you can think of.
Rinse-free wash.
Spot-free rinse.
Spot-free rinse.
It's an absolutely amazing machine, versatile. I don't know how much it costs, and considering that it's probably relatively new to the market, because I haven't heard of it until today.
It's gonna cost money, basically.
I follow the car wash industry pretty closely, and I've never heard of Oasis car wash systems before. So this is something pretty new, and it stacks up really good against the competition. From what it looks like, there isn't a machine that can outwash it. And to be quite frank, I'm a Wash World automatic car wash distributor, and even my machines can't compete with that kind of wash time. Now, the quality of the wash, how clean the car gets is questionable because of how fast the car actually gets clean. So we'll have to get a really dirty car and take a car through it on the top wash, and then another dirty car through the express wash, so we can kind of get an idea of how well the machine works. But until there's a real life comparison, and I know they show the real life comparison on their website, but you know what? Were they pulling dirty cars into that car wash? No. They were pulling clean cars into that car wash. So there's no way to know if it actually worked or if it just got the car soaked and wet.
Yeah, so with this Oasis system, they didn't just put any generic car in there. They put Mercedes. They put
Wash World, you mean? Wash World uses Mercedes-Benz,
okay. Wash World they use a Mercedes-Benz in their commercials. So you can imagine those are pretty high-end cars, and you don't want to put your car through any generic automatic car wash system. So if they're putting a Mercedes, it's gonna be gentle on your car, but get it clean.
That, and they were not using their own car. They weren't even using hey, would you like to try a car wash today? No. When I talked to them how they produced their wash video with Mercury and the Mercedes-Benz that went through, and the nice high-end Toyota that went through, I think it was a Lexus actually, but they were nice cars that went through, and they said that they just took standard wash footage from a car wash that they installed. So all they did was use surveillance video footage from a car wash that they've already installed. And if you're seeing cars like that through your automatic, you know that you're going to see all kinds of clientele. You're going to see the nice cars and the okay cars. Because if the nice cars are going through it, then the general cars will go through it, because they're like, wow, if the nice car is using it, then the regular car will use it too. Because they're like, well, the nice car's got it's got a softer paint job. It can get scratched easier. Their paint jobs are quality, but at the same time, a Mercedes-Benz is a quality paint job, but it's a thin paint job. So no one's going to just trust any automatic to wash their car. And I'm not ragging on Ryco or anybody out there, but someone's got to develop a better, faster car wash system that has no potential for damage whatsoever in the friction market. Even the mirror curtains, one decides to wrap itself around a mirror, it will just keep going and pull your mirror off. You know, there is no way around complete vehicle damage on a brush unit. There is no way around it. But eventually one day there will be a machine that can do that. And I'm sorry, PDQ, your tandem right touch sucks. I went through one once with a very dirty car. One arm going all the way around the car, you're not maintaining constant vehicle pressure, not enough to get the car clean. I was left with stripes of dirt all the way around my car. So, you know, you can try, but you have to consistently provide a clean, and it shouldn't take 2 passes of the wash. Plus,
game, man.
not just that, come on, 10 minutes for a wash? That means you can only process 6 cars per hour? Come on,
Compared
dude.
to the Oasis system, 1 car in and out within a minute and 5, you could process 60 cars an hour on that.
60 cars an hour, especially if you tell the machine to speed up a little bit faster. So, I mean, all car wash machines have adjustable speeds, so you can, let's say, the computer itself will figure out how many wash codes were sold within how much time frame. Like, let's say, over the last half an hour, 20 car washes were purchased. It will ramp up the speed to go faster. So if, like, let's say in the last half an hour, 40 car wash codes were purchased, it will ramp up the speed and probably produce 60 to 70 cars an hour, because the speed can be increased and just continually wash cars faster. So, plus you got to figure in you're washing all sides of the car at the same time, which means that if you're applying triple foam, it gets rinsed off in one pass. It goes on, it comes right back off. If you're doing clear coat, it just goes on, and the machine is actually very quick. The way it works is, imagine a vector rapid wash, but instead of arms that fold, you know, they go like this, go back and forth, and then they fold when they get to the back, and then they'll do the same thing at the front. They'll fold when they get to the front. This has 3 gantries that are like it, but it has 1 single fixed arm on the back. It measures the car and then goes to the back and just goes back and forth. That's its only purpose. The 2 side plenums at the top that go and cover the sides and the top, and then the one in the front that washes the front, all in one move. You can't get much faster than that, but we can't guarantee wash quality. I haven't been through one in real life. I've been through just about every car wash machine you can think of, even Autex. Autex are okay, but I went through an older model one, so I can't rate them anymore. The model that I went through was apparently made in 1994, so I can't exactly say current wash quality of Autex.
Oh, yeah,
they don't have any new machines out here.
Yeah, but considering that it's been running for that amount of time.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's a pretty good.
But they've changed several things on the old.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that the newer ones will be better quality, but for an older model, and you approve of it, so what are you going to say about the new ones?
The old one had 1 block. Imagine this is the cloth hanging down, and it did this, and it just kind of moved around and went left to right and shook the curtain. The new one, imagine this was cut in half down the center, and half of it, like, imagine something going like this, in other words. It does that now, front to back, and travels like that. And I don't know about that. That's an entirely different cleaning motion. That may not get cars clean, but got my water here too, but not a cup that's worth sacrificing to Justin Bieber. He's not even worth a cup to me.
To me, she's not even worth a open, like a full bottle of water, maybe an empty bottle of water.
No, not even. He's worth the empty bottle of water that you drank, and then you twist it up to pop the cap off at him.
No, I'm saying like maybe fill it up with like sand and rocks, then throw it at him.
He's not even worth the sand and rocks. He's only worth the cap.
Or just piss. Piss will work too.
You know, this is probably going to be the most insulting thing that I'll ever say, but I don't even think he's worth piss.
Maybe not.
I honestly, that's my personal opinion. He hasn't put out any really good music that he wrote himself. He always has other people composing him.
And he calls himself the next Michael Jackson. Fucking kidding me?
He's not even close to the next Michael Jackson.
Not even close.
Not even close. By the way, who in your opinion?
He's not even worth being molested by Michael Jackson, alright? Let me just say that. He's not even worth it.
Who do you think is worth or is equivalent to the old Michael Jackson?
I don't think anybody.
Anybody?
Nobody in this time and age. Skrillex, not even close. Nicki Minaj, hell no. Lady
Not
Gaga,
even hell no, but fuck no.
Lady Gaga, maybe she's a quarter of the way there because she does write some of her own music, but or has some input in it, but not even. Snoop Dogg, maybe, but he changed genres, so.
Yeah, he's reggae now. He's not even rap anymore.
Yeah, so he was almost close, but not quite there. Yeah, nobody can touch Michael.
No, Michael Jackson was the king of pop and will always remain the king of pop.
Yeah.
Now the question is, though, who's the queen of pop? If Michael Jackson's the king of pop, then who's the queen of pop?
His sister, no.
What about Pink?
Pink? No, she's queen of rock.
Yeah, I guess I can give that to her.
Yeah. Pink, good music, awesome. You need to make
Yes.
a comeback, please.
Well, she has. She actually a couple of musics that you might not notice came out by her recently.
Which one?
I can't remember the names of the songs. I'll leave links in the description so you guys can see which ones. But there's some new songs that she came out with just recently. My mom bought the album, has been listening to it nonstop. So yeah, trust me, I know. So.
And also, like, the new rap artist these days, oh my fucking god, would you guys please stop bitching and moaning about all the fucking drugs you do and all the fucking cars you have? Because you know what? It's all the same shit over and over again. You guys are just a fucking broken record. Please
Change it up.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes,
Don't
please.
even change it. Just shut the fuck up.
And I mean, come on. You're running so desperate to make music. I got my J's on, so get like me. Buy J's. Come on, that's a fucking commercial to buy Jordan shoes. It's not even a song. It should be put on a commercial to buy Jordan's shoes. I'm in the club with shades on, with a mini skirt and my J's on. I mean, come on. You can get more fucking creative than that. Come on.
And all you guys do is repeat the same words probably like about 20, 30 times in a song. That's not a song.
It's not a song.
That's a fucking scratch CD. That's what that fucking is.
Yeah, that's a scratch CD. That's a scratch CD. That's a scratch CD. That's a scratch CD. That's a scratch CD.
See, dude, you put that
Okay,
in
I'm back to normal.
put that to a good beat, dude. You'll be able to sell millions.
But you know what?
You know what? Whoever was watching this, make a music video with him just saying that. And
It's a scratch CD. It's a scratch CD. It's a scratch CD. It's a scratch CD. It's a scratch CD.
Song and see how many people view it. We'll even add it as a ending to our videos if you actually make one. And it's just gonna be funny as hell.
Oh hell yeah! I can concur with that. It is gonna be funny as hell. But
It's gonna be funny as hell. It's gonna be funny as hell.
It's gonna be funny as hell. Do you know? Did you hear who got back together recently?
Backstreet Boys?
No, fuck no. I wouldn't even listen to them if they got back together. No Doubt got back together.
Really?
Yeah. You know that song, Get in line and settle down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's No Doubt. Yeah.
Wow.
Gwen Stefani finally pulled the fucking broomstick out of her ass and decided to go back to her roots where she originally came from.
Where she belongs.
Where she belongs,
I'm
rightfully.
sorry, but your music is okay, but your old stuff was a lot better.
And you know what? To be quite honest, I honestly think she produced the best music when she was with No Doubt.
Yeah.
That's straight up. Without No Doubt, there is no Gwen Stefani. Like, she can try and make it on her own, but I mean, she's released some retarded shit. Like, what's that one? This my shit. Fucking eat bananas. BANANAS. Fucking retarded bullshit.
I'll admit that song is fun, but it's not something I'll put into my playlist.
No, you know what?
Maybe every once in a while as a joke, but not a playlist song.
Or even, you know what? Maybe even coming up on Pandora on the occasional, like once a week on the store radio. I won't skip it, but I'll tolerate it. But you know, come on. I'm glad, Gwen. Good job. I'm glad you're back together with your artists, with your respective artists. I hope you guys settled your differences because I know there was some really, sketchy shit going on. Of course.
Will eventually come out.
Well, yeah. As far as I know, Def Leppard hasn't ever had any band. They've had band conflict.
But they've never broken up.
But no, they've lost members. They've lost members due to one, I believe, choked on his own vomit.
Okay, well, he was
in his sleep. So yeah, he killed himself that way. But And then another one, another player they actually picked up from Queen. They picked up the lead bass guitarist from Queen when, God, I'm trying to remember his name now. When Freddie Mercury passed away, they picked up the main bass guitarist. So that, and they've always had the same drummer from the beginning. Even when Rick Allen lost his arm, they never gave up on him. They knew that he would be able to come through and continue on with the music. Yes, it might have changed their style a little bit, but at the same time, they've been putting out good music all the time. I don't know why the radio stations don't play half of the new Def Leppard that comes
Justin
out.
Bieber, take note.
I don't know why the radio stations, at least out here in New Mexico, if you're anywhere else in the continental U.S., you will hear any of the above Def Leppard songs. But if it's anything above Adrenalize, you're not going to hear it out here in New Mexico. And actually, that really pisses me off.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the stuff that should be being played, like stuff off of Slang or stuff off of Euphoria, like the stuff on Slang or the stuff on Euphoria, that music was really good. And I don't know why they have decided to do what they've done, but I just don't think it's a very good move for them. It's the radio stations, I don't think it's a good move for them. They keep playing the same shit over and over again. As a matter of fact, at 94 Rock, I got a rag on you. But because if I tune into 94 Rock, I can guarantee you, every day, at around 6:30, you're going to hear Megadeth. The same fucking song, too. You're never going to hear a variety of music like you should. And I'm sorry, but that's what the American life is. It's spiced full of variety. If you don't have variety, you're not going to have what people want. So that's why I'm sorry to say this, but New Mexico local radio, you're probably going to lose out to satellite radio. You might want to step up your game.
Satellite radio is the shit.
Yeah, you do pay for it, but I mean, you get what you pay for, though. You honestly get more than you pay for.
Yeah, so what's the price of getting good music delivered to you through a good radio system, huh?
But you know what? Honestly, I even think satellite radio is going to lose out to things like Pandora and Spotify, because
don't forget iHeartRadio, because they're pretty good too. I use iHeartRadio and I enjoy it. There's no commercial except for one commercial in the beginning, but that's about it. The only thing I don't like about it is that you only get 6 skips, and then you have to wait until the next day to skip another 6 songs. So
that sounds like Pandora, but you get them by the hour, not by the skip. That's I think retarded.
Yeah, but then again, free radio with only one commercial, I really can't complain that much. I give them 4 out of 5.
But you know what? I've had Pandora and paid for Pandora the last 3 years in a row for my business. I have Pandora for Business, and it's like $35 a month, but it is worth every penny. You get very high quality studio audio, quality music that will come out very clear, and
also they have comedy stations, which I really do enjoy.
And not just that, but at the top of the list, Pandora for Business can create an infinite number of stations, where personal Pandora can create up to 100. Business Pandora, I think you can create up to 1,000 stations.
Really?
So you can suit your music environment. That will save money for corporations in the long run, like Walmart and Smith's and Albertsons, who have a list of music that they play, and they play it on purpose because, marketing. I know marketing. I went to college. I have my degree in business marketing and business management, and I can tell you, music plays an important role. If you play catchy tunes that everybody knows, they'll start bopping their head, they'll start staying around. I mean, I've got a good example of that tonight. Yeah. You put on Let the Bodies Hit the Floor, and George just popped right back in the door and kept jamming out.
Here earlier, he was pretty medicated because he does have
his
issues.
Medical card. Yeah. And he has his medical card.
And he was in here earlier. He was somewhat medicated at the time, and we were just listening to rock music the entire time, man. We played some old school rap. If anything, freaking Sean Paul needs to make a comeback. So does DMX, Ice Cube. You need to start bringing out some more stuff, man. I love your movies and I love your music. Much respect to you.
Hell yeah.
And you guys just gotta make a comeback and put all these fucking fake wannabe rappers out of business, dude.
Just put them to shame, because I mean, I can tolerate Will.i.am because he is but he is an electronic music producer.
Yeah, but he's good. He has good music on his own.
He does have good music on his own.
Yeah.
You know, the
Outkast, you guys gotta come back.
Oh no, Outkast was never gonna get back together though. Outkast did a permanent separation. They all wanted to do their own thing and went separate ways. But if you look up Outkast on Wikipedia, you can actually get all the members' names, and you can listen to all of their music independently.
Yeah, but still, I love the group though.
They will occasionally. It'll say the Outkast does come out with songs every now and then where they just collaborate with each other, but they're not going to put out a song by Outkast. They're going to put out songs by the artist featuring these three artists, but they're never going to put out a song by Outkast again. They have made songs like that where they've come back together and made a couple of songs, but it's not going to be by Outkast.
Oh yeah, and also a few more people that need to make another comeback is Evanescence and Paramore.
Evanescence, actually, she's working on. Amy Lee is working on making some music, but she's collaborating with Seether, so they're trying to do a tour together too. So they're going to try and put out a album where they both worked on stuff on the one album, because
awesome.
She came out pretty bluntly. You know, she's run out of ideas to make music. She liked her dark style, but there was only a couple of songs at first that ever took off. And when she finally hit the jackpot and went full mainstream, it was already too late. Like everyone had already moved on to a new music scene.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, man.
It does. You know what? If Evanescence could put out some new music, you know, it reminds me a lot about the, and I'm sure some of you guys could relate, but to the PS2 era.
Yes.
A lot of her music would go good to the games. There's a lot of occurrences where I played her music to the games.
Yeah. I used to listen to her music every time I played Final Fantasy, and I just loved it. Final Fantasy will go great with either techno or anything Evanescence related, like a dark soft rock.
Yeah.
So, if anything, you guys gotta make more music.
Hell yeah. And you know, I've done a lot of reviews of stuff in the past. I haven't really put them on YouTube, but I've, you know, reviewed products like a normal consumer should on like Amazon or eBay, or you know, just a normal a normal user rating. Like I can tell you this: do not get an LG P999.
Dude, you already
this
talked
is
about
what
that.
happens.
You were talking about that in the last video, man. And then you prefer the cats over it.
You know what? I would prefer at this point. I would prefer any phone over this, but a flip phone. Even a slide out, even a slide out, one of those ones where you slide the keyboard out.
Yes, don't get those, because I had one. The sliding part kept snapping off, and I had to get it replaced or fixed, probably like every 2-3 months. And that's not really good. You spend a lot more money that way.
Shit, my mom sends 3,000 text messages a month. Come on. And she has, but
Ow.
then again, was yours an Android slider or was it just a regular slider phone?
Motorola.
Well, did it have Android operating system? It was just the phone.
Yeah, it was sliding where you turn to the side with a full keyboard.
Yeah, it was just a regular phone with
that's not how I'll bring
texting
it on next
capabilities.
time.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Those phones are okay. But I really wish that they would make an Android phone with a real keyboard. The touch keys really start to piss me off, to the point that I have to use my keyboard, and then it still gets it wrong. It like puts the and yes, you, this, correct, yes, no. It's like, no, that's not even what I said.
Actually, my phone actually has a swipe, like swipe mode on the keyboard. I'm trying to use it, but the thing is, it keeps swiping everything wrong. Every time I try to put right, it puts either tight, bright, or something else that rhymes with it, but it's not what I want. And sometimes when I want to put like just a word like won't, for some fucked up reason, it will put something completely different, like bottle or
And
like
see, for years I had a phone.
or through, which happened to me like too many times. So that's why I just use both thumbs on to just click. I don't like swipe.
Well, see, I've found an issue. There's one issue with swipe. It is good, but the only way it works is you have to use it a lot. If you use it a lot, well, no,
I try to use it a lot. But
well, I'm saying,
getting everything wrong.
How long have you been trying to use it?
Ever since I had the phone for like a year and a half.
So you've had this phone for a year and a half?
Yeah, about.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you use it consistently enough, it'll get your swiping down. But
just so you guys know, I have LG Optimus L9. Love the phone.
It is a good phone.
But the only down part that I don't like about it, it has I think a little less than 2 gigs of internal memory. So if you, I just have one video game, Netflix, and some other downloaded apps, and the updates keep filling up my phone. I have to constantly be deleting some of my personal apps that I have in there that I do enjoy. I even tried getting a 32 gig memory stick for it, and nothing saves it, only the pictures and videos that I take.
You know what I've got, and I'll leave a link in the description on how to actually change that setting.
I've tried. My brother-in-law works for T-Mobile. He does customer or tech support.
Watch. Let me show you on this phone real quick. It's actually it's pretty easy though. Well, nonetheless, you know what? It's Android 2.3.4, and just go to your settings menu.
God,
go
to
to
commercial.
Go to applications. Go to manage applications, and then go to all. And while you're in the all pane, select an application that you installed separately, something that you downloaded. Like I'm going to select Disco Lights. You can actually see you can move it to phone. Normally it says move to SD card. So try doing that, and you should be able to get away with that and stop having that problem. If you move your programs to your SD card,
right?
Go to how you manage your apps if you need to end something, like force end something.
Okay. If this works, I'm gonna be pissed because I never figured this shit out.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm a computer programmer. I had my fun with computers for a while, so I learned technology very, very quickly. So.
Yeah. See, it doesn't have anything. It says force stop, uninstall, clear data. Just so you guys know, this is my porn app. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, you have to select.
No, I installed that one.
Okay, well, let's select something different. Let's select Google Chrome.
That one was already installed.
It was already installed on the phone?
I don't even know why I didn't use it. It just shows what it's using.
Boy, this is interesting. Hang on.
Hang on. Or go to Dark Summoners. That's all the game that I.
Facebook is one that I was able to put onto the SD card.
Yeah, I don't know, but potatoes are a hell of a drug.
Yeah, they are, especially when they turn into vodka.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know,
vodka.
I'm not seeing. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna do something. Let's see. Okay.
I don't know, just let it be.
Hang on. I see the problem here.
What?
Okay, go to all.
That's what I did.
You were in all?
Yes, I was.
Well, that's weird. Okay, let me try something really quick here. One last thing, always gotta try it. You never know until you try. So, let's see. No, I'm not. Wow, that's weird.
Oh yeah, and if you're in the Albuquerque Rio Rancho area, we're gonna be coming out with our own smoking stones for the hookahs. What are we gonna call them?
We haven't come up with a name yet exactly, but all I know is that eventually I'm working on getting the provisional patent right now. I'm already talking to the U.S. Government Patent Office in Santa Fe, and I've gotten the paperwork started. So
we're not gonna say what it's gonna be made out of, so that way nobody takes our ideas.
All I can tell you is that it's going to be a flavored vapor stones, something far superior to the vapor stones that are out there.
Yes.
And it will contain a low level of nicotine, so you still get the same nicotine buzz that you would get off of ordinary shisha on a hookah, but you won't have to worry about actual smoke.
Exactly.
You'll be getting a straight up vapor.
Yes. So it's gonna have I'm not even.
We're
not gonna get too far into this.
But I can tell you straight up, we have the highest flavor ratio in the industry.
Yes.
We will have better flavors that are longer lasting, to the point that once we do own the patents and we have the whole process and everything patented, so we don't have to worry about someone taking this idea.
We'll be showcasing them right here on this show.
And we will also show you how you can refill your stones.
Yes.
You should be able to refill it 2 or 3 times without having to add more flavoring.
Yes.
Because the flavoring, in theory, will get absorbed into the stone more than it will into the juice.
Yes.
So, but we will work on that. I'm working on a proprietary blend. I'm working on my own proprietary blend, something that gives out as much smoke as your e-cig here. Like, here's an example. I'll hookah hit my e-cig, and this is what our vapor stones are actually going to look like. You'll consistently blow out. You'll consistently blow out nice big clouds. You'll feel satisfied as a hookah smoker that you are getting what you paid for.
And we're also going to be making our own.
We're going to be making our own specialty flavors and our own bowls. We're going to be making our own efficient bowls that
made out of material that we're not going to disclose yet until we actually have it ready to be showcased.
Correct. We're probably 6 months out from this bowl.
Yes.
But we wanted to let you guys know we're out to change this industry. We want people who are. We want, you know what, and to be honest, yes, we are in a smoke shop, and yes, we do sell pipes, but we all know what those pipes are going to be used for. I can't say it. Water pipes.
Water pipes.
We can't. No, you're fine. We all know what the pipes are going to be used for once they leave. We have to sell them for tobacco use only, but we all know what they're going to be used for when they go home.
Better be
and you know what? We're also making this. We're working on our own proprietary formula, and I can't really disclose much again, but I'm working on getting a extract for medical patients. And making it available as a smokable vapor from a hookah. That way you've got other options for vaporizing. Yes. Because straight up vaporizing off a vaporizer and putting your products inside is not going to fully get you all the products that you're looking for.
And that medical vapor will only be able to be bought through a
medical dispensary.
Store. Yes.
Well, in states that don't have it legalized.
Yeah.
In Colorado and Washington, you should be able to purchase it on your own free will eventually. Mm-hmm. I won't be able to produce it in New Mexico because by New Mexico state law, everything that's produced from a marijuana extract has to be for medical purposes only. Yes. So I will have a plant in Colorado or Washington, one of the two. And
Colorado because it's closer.
Yeah, more than likely. But we will have a plant that's manufacturing this
medical smoke.
This medical, no, it's not even a smoke. This medical vapor. And you should be able to smoke on it, especially if you're in Colorado or Washington. I think this will be something that you enjoy. We're going to try non-flavored and flavored versions and variations, so we can see what's going to taste the best coming through the hookah as a vapor, and what can give the best medicinal properties.
So subscribe to this channel to learn more about that later on. So let's get on to a different topic then.
Okay. I recently bought a pair of Vibram 5-finger shoes. I'm not wearing them right now. I wish I was. I left them at home. But if I was, I could tell you that they are very comfortable. You do not have to wear socks with them. Some people might want to wear socks with them because they feel more comfortable.
They kind of stink. But if you're gonna wear socks, you have to have those toe socks.
Correct, because they are toe shoes. They divide all 5 of your toes separately, and you will require five toe shoes and 5 toe socks. If you don't get them, you won't be happy.
If you have a missing toe, then you could use a 4, 3, 2, or 1 toe, or probably no toes.
However you want to make it, but
then again, if you have no toes, don't you want to wear just regular shoes?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you straight that I've been trail running in these shoes. I have given them some real wear and tear. I've gone both. I've gotten both on asphalt trails, concrete trails, and dirt trails. And these dirt trails that I'm on, mind you, we're in the Southwest. We've got goat heads, we've got tumbleweeds, we've got all kinds of pokey stuff that will go through just about any shoe. Now I've got to be straight. if you're going to get a pair of Vibram 5 Fingers for off-road trail running, get pairs that actually have tread on them.
Yes.
If you get the KSO line, it does have tread on it, but it has thinner tread. That's more meant for like asphalt running and concrete running, or wearing to the gym. But it is not, or maybe even if you like parkour. I mean, I have a friend who is into parkour, and he bought a pair of shoes, of those toe shoes, just for parkour, because it allows his foot to bend in ways that he can actually perform better stunts, and he can jump farther. He can have more, stamina in his run. I mean, I'll admit it. When I run in regular shoes and then I run in these toe shoes,
toe shoes win every time.
Well, that and you run faster. It's proven because it's maximizing the bending action of your foot, just like you would be if you were barefoot. But at the same time, it's giving you the traction of the rubber and the support and protection of the rubber. Now we're talking a total sole of something about that thick. I mean, we're talking absolutely minuscule. At most, you'll get rubber that thick with the sole and everything. You're talking that thick. So yes, a nail will go through it, but a nail will go through a regular shoe anyway. If it's a long enough nail and you step on it, it's going through your shoe.
And if you step on it with enough pressure.
Well, yeah. If you're running and you step on it, you're done for. No matter what shoe you have.
Well, then who takes nail to a running trail?
Well, no, I'm just saying, assholes. But honestly, out of all of the running shoes that I've tried, those are honestly on the highest on my list. I do recommend wearing them barefoot, but the only way to wear them barefoot is you need to wash them every couple of days. They are machine washable. Just wash them, dry, and you can't put them in the dryer. I can't stress that enough. If you put them in the dryer, they're going to do one of two things. They're going to disintegrate, or they're just going to completely fall apart, because all of their materials are organic materials. Like on the Spyridons, they use a coconut fiber upper. It's they've made it into a synthetic fabric, but at the same time, you can't really call it a synthetic fabric because it's natural.
Yeah, it's organic fabric.
If you heat it up too much, it will fall apart because it is a natural, breathable fabric. So, you can't do that.
But then again, coconuts are awesome.
Yeah, coconuts are awesome. Oh, which brings up another point. If you're gonna smoke a hookah, use Coconara coals. They burn the most thoroughly, they last the longest, they burn the hottest.
Smooth transition.
And it's, honestly, I worked in a hookah lounge for 2-3 years. I was pretty much the manager. I set up this hookah lounge with a full audio and light show. I turned it around.
We're
not going to say the name of that hookah lounge for privacy reasons. We don't want him attacking us, saying that we're ragging on him.
Yeah, privacy and for legal reasons. Because if we use their name and they don't approve of it,
they could come after us. Yeah. Even though it's just a YouTube show, they could still come off after us for ragging on them on the
defacing or product line.
Defacing. Well, not even product line. Defacing their lounge. I can't exactly say who or what. All I can say is that this owner who owned this hookah lounge opened.
He's an asshole.
He's an asshole because he opened up a shop directly across the street from our old store. If you happen to know who it is, then you happen to know. But I am not going to say it on air. I don't want them to get pissed off. They may even get pissed off at that. But you know what? The truth hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, but then again, if he does get upset at this, that's all he could do. He can't come after ours because we're not
giving names.
Yeah, we're not giving names. We're not using his lounge in a negatory way. Because his lounge is pretty decent. I like it. I've been there.
His lounge is okay.
I've performed there before.
But
it's really nice.
I've got to say straight up.
Of the management.
Not just that we don't approve of the owners. The owners are lying, stealing, cheating. They were my friends at one point. They stole my business plan and then opened up my dream business directly across the street from me. So, I as much as I want to rag on them and use names and stuff, all I can say is that they're assholes.
And all I can do is this.
Yeah, pretty much. From all of us at Mr. Happy to you, we say fuck you.
Exactly.
So we've been here 8 years. You've been there 1. We will outrank you. We have a reputable smoke shop, and we sell local blown glass. You sell imports on your smoke shop.
Imports could never be local blown.
No, you saw on the previous video what Local Blown does. I could have taken that pipe, and you know what? Maybe in this demonstration, I'll even just toss one over this, so you can listen to it hit the ground, and then I'll pick it back up and bring it back in camera view.
Maybe we'll do that next time. We'll adjust the camera somewhere else, because if we do it right here, sorry, people are gonna say that there was someone back there with another pipe, and
Okay, I'll just toss it straight up and let it fall right here then.
then you could say that we had another pipe on the floor. Like I said, we'll make a different camera angle tomorrow, and you know what? I'll bring my laptop tomorrow. We'll shoot a video of us throwing the pipes.
No need. I have my phone may be barely functional, but it does have an HD camera, so we can use my phone.
Tomorrow.
We could do it tonight if we wanted to, but we're not going to do it tonight because we're already tired as it is. Our local time.
You don't listen?
In our local time, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. So
Yes.
we have a little bit time left on the show. I do want to cover.
Steam right now.
I did want to cover this in one of the shows. This is our Sanitaire heavy duty commercial vacuum.
Sanitaire, awesome products. Love you guys. I use them when I work as a janitor.
This one's been janitized. I don't really think janitized is a word, but it's janitized. This is a heavy-duty Sanitaire vacuum.
And we'll also feature that in the next video, and we'll show you how it walks on its own. It vacuums on its own.
Pretty much.
It has so much power.
Once I replaced the brush roll, it worked great. Now, I've got to make a note. This is a 1998 model, and I found it on the side of the road, and it said, "Free take me."
Yes.
So I took it in, I replaced its original bag with a janitized bag, whatever janitized means, replaced its belt and its vacuum brush, and it's probably the best vacuum I've ever owned. It cleans very well. As a matter of fact, it deep cleans the carpets to the point that...
And with the new vibrating brush, it actually beats the hell out of your carpet so it'll let go of the dust and the crap that you have in there.
With the Vibra-Groomer 2, as it's referred to, the Vibra-Groomer 2, actually in here, I have a used brush roll.
And just so you know, we're not like making like commercials right here. We're just giving our personal opinions on products that we've used. I've used this every time I work, so I know what it's about. I love it. No complaints at all.
This is probably the original brush roll that came with this vacuum in 1998. And as you can see, it is very old, dirty, and worn out.
But it still works.
The bristles are almost gone. But what makes this the Vibrator 2 is you see these metal ridges here that stack up? That makes the entire head of the vacuum vibrate, and this vibrate at an exponential rate, so much that let's pretend that the vacuum head was right here, and the plastic edge right here. The sand was vibrating up this high off the ground as I was pushing the vacuum forward to suck up just general dirt out of the carpets. The first time I vacuumed it in our
And that's
location.
not the only purpose those bumps also do. The also purpose that they have is that they actually beat the dirt out of the carpet. So that's why you vacuum a little slow, but not too slow.
Exactly. It does take more time than a standard vacuum to get the carpet clean, but in the end, what's clean? Brushed the top and a little bit of dirt out of the bottom of the carpet,
or beat the hell out of your carpet and get all the dirt from under it.
I mean, think about this. Before vacuums were invented, what was the #1 method of cleaning your carpet? You swept it, and then you took it outside and hung it on the clothes rack and beat it with a fucking... You beat it with a tennis racket. You can just call it a tennis racket. For reference, one of those tennis rackets that has the heart shape or whatever in the middle, and you just beat the carpet that way. That was the only way to truly get all the dust out of your carpet, and you had to do it outside, and it was nasty. You got dust in your face. This...
That does it indoors without you even have to pull out the entire floor.
Well, that and... I mean, I've used it at my house where dog hair is a problem. I do own another vacuum called Abyssal Heavy Duty. I do recommend it. It is a very good vacuum. It has a lifetime warranty on the belt and a 5-year warranty on the vacuum. It is designed like a Dyson with the multi-cyclonic chamber to separate out the dirt. It works well, but you know what? 2 rows of brushes can't stand up to something that also beats the carpet as it sweeps. That's why the original vacuums, said on their commercials, it beats as it sweeps, as it cleans, because that was the only way to effectively get your carpet clean. they don't make the brushes long enough on the brush rolls anymore to actually beat the carpet as they're coming down to sweep it. All they're doing is sweeping everything off the top with a little bit of suction to maybe get some dust out of it. This goes straight down, down deeper than just your normal vacuum. It goes beneath all of the carpet fibers to the bottom where the padding is and sucks all of that out.
Not just that, let me see that.
Yeah, go for it.
Not just that, like with more standard vacuums these days, you have soft brushes. These are tough,
Stiff.
they're stiff, they're tough, and they will maintain their shape no matter how many times you swipe it, you move it. Because this is an old brush, and you can still see that the brushes are perfectly aligned to where they're supposed to be.
Now, you must note, though, on the slightly more worn ones on this side, you can notice how the brush is shorter in the front area here. Yeah, wear and tear is wear and tear. But if you notice, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but on one side it's shorter than the front, and that's because the brush goes like this and hits the carpet like that and sweeps like that. So of course it's going to wear the front down before it wears the back down, but the point being, if I compared the two brush roll, the new one to the old one, the only difference is that the front ends of the brushes aren't worn. Otherwise they still stick out just as far, just they only stick out as far in the back. So this is a 1998, so 2008, 2013, 15-year-old brush roll on a vacuum, and it just wore out in 2013. That's got to tell you longevity. They only come with a 1-year warranty on the motor, but this motor's original. Kick-ass. Yeah, the motor's kick-ass, and believe it or not, most vacuums only have they claim to have a 12-amp motor, but guess where half of your amps goes when you turn that thing on?
It goes to shit. That's where it goes to.
It goes to the belt to run the vacuum cleaner, to force it to spin the brush roll. You lose suction. I don't know if you've ever done this, but you turn your vacuum on and then you lower it to the carpet and it goes, You lose suction power because it slows the motor down. This one might do that because it is connected directly to the fan. Literally, if I took it apart to show you the underside, there's a fan with a little spindle for the belt. But at the same time, it's a 6.5 amp motor that's running at about 8 horsepower. Where the 12 amp motors that are for your house vacuums usually are only about 2 to 3 horsepower. So you're talking entirely different horsepower ratings, entirely different ways that the motors run, their RPM levels, everything.
So guys, that goes to tell you that new vacuums
not as good as the old. New vacuums not as good as the old technologies. I'm sorry, but if they came out with a bagless vacuum that had the Vibrator 2, the Vibragroomer 2 brush roll, if Sanitaire came out with a commercial bagless vacuum that had that, I would buy it like that.
Yeah.
There'd be no question, because I know it's going to work from the first time I turn it on.
Oh yeah, and just so you guys are wondering, this is a natural mustache. I know it's awesome. I know you're distracted by this awesomeness.
I'm sorry, here with my goatee.
I know, but fucker could grow a good ass goatee. My fucking little short stubs look like fucking pubes on my chin. I got pubes on my chin, but don't call me a pube chin.
just like I got peas on my head, but don't call me a pea head.
Exactly. But then again, if you pee on his head, then you could call him a pea head.
If you piss on my head and call it rain, you're gonna get knocked out. That's just the way it is. If you piss on my head and call it rain, I'm just gonna turn around and knock your ass out.
What if I just piss on your head and call it piss?
I'd still turn around and knock your ass out. Don't piss down my back and call it rain.
We're sorry. We were just like we say, we were listening to old school music, and we were listening to Andy Milonakis. Andy, awesome, love your show.
Yes, sir.
You also need to make a comeback with more music, because you're funny as hell. I loved you, and you're still that little short chubby kid in my mind. All right.
Hell yeah. Now, some other topics that I wanted to go over before the show ends. We were reviewing this paperwork recently for remodeling car washes, and we were seeing how existing car washes, all they really needed was something along the lines of like a quick paint job, some new bay signs, and maybe if if your equipment's not that old, you don't have to replace it. Maybe
upgrade it like little by little.
Or do a couple of simple upgrades, like let's say you're running standard, or let's say you're running standard foam brush, and no triple foam wax gun. You know what? You can contact even your old car wash equipment manufacturer. Will supply you with the right equipment to add triple foam wax or foam brush onto your wash system.
And the reason isn't just like a good way to get your car clean, but
it's a cool show.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's an awesome show.
That's part of the reason why it's everyone's favorite, because it's a mix of colors. As you wash, it changes colors over and over and over again.
And just imagine having your kids inside of a car wash. Like me, that's like one of my happiest memories, to tell you the truth, sadly but true. But,
I can say some of my happiest memories were in the automatic.
Yeah.
Most of my better memories from the car wash came from when I went to do it myself. And when you go to do it yourself, there's several things that need to be correct. And
talking about washing the car on your own, I remember growing up, my dad had a Ford Ecoline, those big
Econoline,
the
E150. I had one too.
We had one of those. Me and my brother would always race to see who could clean the fastest. But I don't know how, some fucked up reason, my older brother somehow keeps tricking me for me to clean the top. So just imagine a little 9-year-old kid on top of a van, almost sliding off the fucking side.
Because of the foam from the soap.
Yes. Oh my god, but it was a lot of fun, I'll admit.
Now, for any of you out there who have, say, a broken automatic car wash, you're a gas station, you have an automatic car wash bay, the machine is broken beyond repair. First of all, listed on carwashconsignment.com, it's always worth something. People are always looking for parts for the older machines that they can't get anymore. I guarantee you've got a couple of serviceable parts in that car wash, and you can make some money on it. And second of all,
you can invest that money into a new car wash system for yourself.
Or you can go with the route that most operators out here are choosing right now. I've got a couple of operators that have the old car wash machines in them that are non-functional, or machinery that is just so old that there's no parts for it, so it still functions, but like they're afraid to turn it on because as soon as it wears out and there's no parts availability for it. So you can go to carwashconsignment.com. They also sell full-on used machines. You will pay significantly less for a slightly used machine than you will for a new machine. The savings are worth it if you do not have, let's just say, a new automatic car wash is going to run you anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000, and that's not including installation. That's just the machine itself, all the plumbing, wiring, and everything for it. But it doesn't include hooking it up to the electricity, getting the electrician out to do all the work, getting the plumber out to do all the work. It doesn't include any of the chemical costs for startup or any of that. A used car wash machine, you know what you're purchasing because all the options are listed. And you know what? I honestly, for an operator who's only got, let's say, $15,000 to $20,000 laying around, you can find a quality used car wash on there. And even if they've got a machine on there right now for $4,500. It's a used soft gloss.
Who has $20,000 just to throw off?
Well, if you're a car wash owner and you're looking at either remodeling or selling your car wash, I'm telling you right now, get a used car wash machine, a used automatic car wash, because an automatic car wash, if you've got a self-service car wash and you want to make some more money, I know that you swore when you got into the self-service only that's how you'd stay, but tell yourself a little bit of truth here. An automatic car wash, if you want to make more money, an automatic car wash typically generates 3 to 5 times the amount of money you can make off of a single self-service bay in one machine. So let's say you're making $1,250 a month off of the self-service. That means that your potential to make money could go anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000, maybe even $10,000
on a good day.
On a good month, you could do anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 on just the automatic alone. So that's always something to consider. And last thing that I'm going to pitch in on the car wash industry, and then I'll let this guy go for a little while. I found the J.E. Adams multi-station vacuum, It includes vacuum, turbo vacuum, so you've got more suction power if you need it. You have to pay for the higher suction power because it enables a third motor. It also has spot remover, shampoo machine, an air machine, and water access. So your customer pulls up, it's their complete car care center. You can have one, literally you could have it so just one is facing per side, one's facing this way, one's facing this way when they pull up to the vacuum island. And people will pull up and just park and stay there for a while because they'll be able to add water to the radiator if they're low. They'll be able to fill up their tires. They'll be able to vacuum their car, remove that coffee stain, and shampoo the baby vomit out of their seat. So, I mean, they'll be able to do everything in one center. Yeah, no, it's not. But, and you know what? I don't encourage using them that way because it is kind of gross and you leave it gross for someone else. But you know what? If you're in an extreme situation, go for it. The machines do work well. I would give them a good reputation. Since they do have freshwater hookups, that means you can get a shampoo concentrate and a spot remover concentrate and just simply put the straight up concentrates into them, and it will feed off of water and concentrate and mix it to your exact dilution ratio of whatever you set it to. So that means that you can use any brand of products that you may like if you already like your brand of existing car wash products, instead of like most shampoo machines would work. They have a little heater that goes into the 5-gallon pail, and then you fill up the 5-gallon pail with your soap or your shampoo and water mixture, and then you put that in there. I mean, think about that. That means you're going to use an average of 2 to 3 gallons of that solution per car, which means you can get 2 to 3 cars off of that one fill up. If you put the concentrate straight in, that means that you could probably do 20 to 30 cars off of the concentrate directly, instead of having to worry about half a bottle of concentrate to 5 gallons of water. Now you can put the whole bottle of concentrate in there, get more cars off of it, still have a hot shampoo, and use less. In other words, it's a win-win situation. You make more money off of the products that you already have. And it lengthens their stay at the vacuum islands because there's more functions for them to do. Instead of just, oh, well, it vacuums my car and then I'm out of here. They'll be like, well, like I said, they'll vacuum their car, fill up their tires, add water to their engine, and at the same time that they're spot removing and shampooing their carpets. And even the new ones are really cool. The 7-in-1s that they're coming out with that was announced on their website.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Those now have a blower on them, a separate blower instead of using the vacuum motors.
No, guys, it's not the kind of blower you guys really want. All right.
What it's meant for is after you pull out of the self-service car wash, after vacuuming or washing the outside of your car and it's still covered in water, you pull up to the vacuum and the first function you're going to do is the blower, because you can blow all the water off of your car. No towels. So that means end of towels.
It's always good to pull out.
So then you'll pull up, you'll blow dry your car, you'll vacuum your car, you'll shampoo it, fill up your tires, so on and so forth. It's a machine that's worth looking into. Yes, it's more than a standard vacuum, but your return, your ROI, return on investment, will be higher on it because you've got more functions to offer. It's the same, imagine this. Would you rather be the car wash that has high pressure soap, high pressure wax, foaming brush, and rinse? Or would you rather be the car wash that's got bug remover, tar remover, engine and tire, or tire and engine degreaser, wheel cleaner, foam brush, triple foam soap, pre-soak? I mean, the list goes on and on.
It pretty much has everything in one.
Do you want to be the car wash that offers a few options, or do you want to be the car wash where they pull up and they'll put $20 in your meter because they're going to be there cleaning absolutely every facet of their car?
Yep.
That's what you have to look at as a car wash operator. What will give me the best return on investment? Yeah. And if you're not going to make your money back, then there's not a point to it. You need to also consider this. The more functions you have, the longer they stay, the more money you make, which means in turn you will have a loan, which means that you're going to have a loan payment to pay on that. Let's say it's $6,000 a month, plus then all your utilities and everything. Well, I am.
I'm just
now let's say you're paying $6,000 a month for your current car wash with the just absolute basic functionality. You've got basic vacuums, you've got basic wash, rinse, wax, spot-free rinse settings. You're not going to be making as much, because customers are going to come up, they have just basic functions to worry about, and then they leave. But if they pull up and they're like 15 different options, You've got things to remove bugs off the windshield. You've got things to clean just the windows alone. You've got a way to either touchlessly clean your car or you can pick from the way to brush your car down. I mean, if you've got options, you appeal to more customers, which means that you'll make more money. If you're paying $6,000 a month for basic options, but you're making, let's say, $8,000 a month, let's say that $5,000, $6,000 payment also includes the electrical, water, all the utilities and everything, then you're only making $2,000 a month, and that is enough to live on. But at the same time, it's like just barely getting by money. If you add on the services where they have more to come to, you add an automatic on, more options at your self-service bay, and more options at your vacuums. The average consumer is actually, and this is a real case study, the average consumer, when faced with more options, will stay longer and buy more time.
Why do you think Walmart is doing so well?
Correct. So that, and you want to stand out from your competition.
Oh, definitely.
If all of your competition have the same thing, you're all going to share equal business.
Yeah, but unless you have a lower price, but then again, you don't want to go too low. So if you have more options, better products, of course you're going to get more business. So
there's just a thought to throw out there, something to think about.
It's always good to invest for that little extra, because if you have a little bit more people, a lot more people will be coming by to browse around.
And again, you go $6,000 a month payment with $8,000 total income to $6,000 total payment, and let's say $20,000. No, that's maybe stretching it. Let's say $15,000 income. Then your profit margins are higher. You will make more money. Yes, the chemical costs will be higher because there will be more chemicals involved. But think about this: total expense on a newer car wash machine. Let's compare $8,000 a month in total payouts. That's including chemicals, bills, and everything. What's $8,000 with $15,000 of income to $6,000 with $8,000 worth of total income? The net value is higher. Your car wash street curb appeal is higher, and you will draw in customers just because you have more options and your wash looks nicer.
Yes.
I can't tell you how many car washes I've been to that they were old car washes, but they bought new car wash equipment, and 6 months later I hear how they couldn't make the payments and they had to sell it off because they were going to fail and get the car wash repossessed from them. So it's a losing battle. If you're going to do a remodel, do the whole fucking thing.
Yep.
Don't skimp. Don't just replace the equipment and then leave the dirty, nasty walls and the old, grungy look to your car wash. It's not going to change many things.
Nope.
You need to look new to get new customers. If you keep your existing appearance, you will keep the same customers that you've already got. Mm-hmm. But same customers you already have, adding more customers to your current base. Yes, more money, but then again, the old adage, it takes money to make money.
Yes.
So you will be spending more, but you will be making more. Mm-hmm. Just an idea. Something to think about.
Oh, yeah.
What else do we have to cover? I know I said a few other things in the beginning.
Well, for me, another thing, one thing that I want to get into, if you don't mind, video games. I love the PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation guy myself. This guy plays Xbox. One thing that I really want to get into is that why is it that Xbox, they get their DLC a lot faster than PlayStation? I never understood that. They might pay off the companies more to get their downloadable content a little earlier, but seriously, that's just wrong. Making a different platform wait another month just because they want to give you an extra $2 million for content.
You know what? I don't think that that's honestly what it is. You have to understand a company like Treyarch, who developed, say, Call of Duties. Yes, their downloadable content comes out on Xbox first because that was their main focus at the time.
I know, but
their PlayStation was just an auxiliary option.
I know, but now PlayStation is more of a key player for Call of Duty games.
Yes, it is.
Xbox, they might have better servers, but PlayStation, they just have better services.
Yeah, they offer more. They're worth their value.
Yes.
And to be quite honest, if you look at the system specs, PS4 versus Xbox One, now I don't mean the first one, I mean the new one, Xbox One,
They still get their
the
quality is a
PlayStation
lot more
4.
better.
The PlayStation 4 handles nearly teraflops worth of data at a time, where the Xbox One can only handle relatively like gigaflops. And I know that doesn't sound like much of a difference, but you have to understand 1 gigaflop is 2,000 terabytes worth of data per second.
So
2 teraflops is the next measurement up of data from terabytes per second. So think about that for a minute. That means that makes video rendering smoother. It makes graphics higher, so they can actually match their high definition TVs.
Yeah, I played Xbox One and PlayStation side by side because I have a friend that owns an Xbox One. Graphics are good. Shadow is decent, but I'm sorry, but PlayStation is a lot better. They have a better, more of a rich, realistic color to it. I'm not sure if that like makes any sense because it is a video game and it is a little cartoonish in a way. But I don't know, it just feels more in
realistic.
Depth. Yeah, realistic and in depth into the graphics. And to be honest, I don't see myself changing from PlayStation to Xbox anytime soon.
And you know what? Honestly, I've been with Xbox for years. I started off with an original Xbox,
Yes.
then I got a 360. At the same time, I got a PS2 and a PS3. I have experienced both systems, both the PS3 that was backwards compatible and then the one that wasn't. I took back the one that wasn't when I realized that I made a mistake and I got the original one, the first PS3. But I can tell you from owning both systems, the PS3 has superior graphics to the Xbox 360. It has superior processing capability. It is faster. And you know what? Overall, I would give it a higher rating, even though on the PlayStation 3 you couldn't play music, your personal music, while you were playing a video game yet.
Then again, I really don't like playing personal music while playing games because if I'm in too much into the song, I'm not gonna play right, and if I'm too much into the game, I'm not gonna listen to the music. So, to be honest, some people like it. I don't.
Well,
and
exactly.
if you are gonna be playing with music on your system and you have a microphone, please play good music or just
mute your mic.
Yeah, please.
Turn on your mic when you want to talk and then turn it back off. But don't leave it running because we hear it through the headset.
Pisses me off. I'm sorry, but it pisses me off.
I've cussed out many a player for having their TV too loud. So loud to the point that the sound coming off the TV has my voice and it echoes through their mic. So you hear that high-pitched squeal where it echoes. No, that shit pisses me off.
So either turn down the volume in your TV or keep your personal music to yourself. Keep personal stuff personal. And also, guys, please fucking stop talking about how large your dick is because
we don't give a
yeah. Like, I really don't want to know. And
we don't care.
And little kids, freaking, please stop saying like how many girls you've been with. Because when the fuck did school start turning into like a sleeping contest? Fucking seriously, man. If you're gonna brag about something, brag about your grades. Because that's all I really care about if you're still a kid. I don't care if you had like 3-4 girlfriends in 1 year. Because to be honest, that only shows me that you're not a stable person in a relationship. Well, not just that, but also gives you a higher chance of getting an STD or gonorrhea. Which, to be honest, if you get, I'll be happy because then you'll fucking learn that having sex isn't the most important thing in the world. No, that's right. It really isn't, it's not even the most important thing in a relationship. Yes, sex is necessary to keep a healthy relationship, but it's not the only thing in a relationship. Exactly. The relationship has to also be equal parts of understanding each other and equal parts of wanting to understand each other. It's not just physical appearance because a person's physical appearance will change over time. But you know what? If you say like wanting the young girls, you're gonna end up turning yourself into a pedophile. I'm sorry. Right? You will. Yep, you will. You will end up turning yourself into a pedophile. Sorry about that. I need to throw that away. Yeah, honestly, if you're really that much interested in having sex, and I'll be pretty straight up after owning an adult store for so many years, you've got two options.
Miss Betty Palm and her 5 little friends, or we sell masturbators. A masturbator is a fake pussy, and if you really need to get it that bad, just get one, because it's the most sanitary option that you can use. Yes, it will require a lubricant, but that's why they make the toys washable. So just wash it when you're done. You'll be good to go. I mean, seriously, sex is not the most important thing.
No.
If you're that much of a nympho, a straight up nympho, a sex addict, you need to go seek some mental health problems. You need to go seek some advice.
And for those of you people that are pedophiles, I hope you guys get your dicks chopped off. If you're a woman, I hope you get your twat stapled shut. Because taking advantage of an underage child, that's just wrong. Or taking advantage of anybody, for that matter.
Yeah, taking advantage from anybody.
Yeah, because, like, the first time I had sex, seriously, I pretty much got raped. Like, I hate to admit it, but I was drunk at a party, and pretty much me and this girl ended up in bed together. This was, like, years ago, but it happened. The next day, yeah, I felt shitty, she felt shitty. So, yeah, we started talking, and
it didn't really go.
We just had sex to see, like, if we were actually compatible sexually. And then we did have a few days to see if we were compatible personally.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it just didn't work out.
And you know what, I'm sorry.
I was like the nice guy type, and she was pretty much the bitch will fuck anyone type, so.
And if you just, you know what, just remember this. And this is a pretty straight up adage, and it's a bumper sticker. Good girls go to heaven. Bad girls go everywhere. So just think about that statement for a minute. If you want to go everywhere, then you'll see everything. You'll get everything. You have a higher chance of getting AIDS. You have a higher chance of getting hepatitis, gonorrhea, staph infections. And those are not things that you want to have pregnancy. And remember, that's a life decision. That's 18 years of your life, possibly 21, that you can't get back. True. So if you're going to have a kid, make sure you are ready for it. And make sure not just mentally, but financially and physically you are able to provide for that kid.
Yes.
I don't want to hear any more about how there's...
but we're on the subject of pregnancies. Abortion, let's talk about that. I know that a lot of people don't like to talk about abortions, but you know what? It's a woman's choice. If they get raped or they know they cannot provide for the child, but they don't want to give up the child to child services, then that's their choice.
That is their choice.
Religion has no right to dictate, and I'm stretching and underlining that word, dictate
a woman's body.
Yes.
You know what? A woman is a woman, and you know what? It was even voted into law that a woman has her own right to vote. She has her own right for a job. She has her own rights. We are not to step our boundaries. To vote that abortion is illegal.
And this isn't a.
It's like trying to tell, telling someone that they can't have control over their body.
Yeah.
That way, like, you can't have an abortion if it's absolutely necessary. Is like telling a cancer patient, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're
chemo because
it's against the law.
Yeah.
We can't cure your cancer because curing cancer is against the law."
Yes.
So it doesn't make sense. It's not viable.
And like I said, this isn't a stab at religion.
No.
Because like both of us were not too religious.
But both of us have our own religion too.
Yeah.
So we have our own religious views. But to be straight and fair, you know what? Y'all need to step out of everybody else's business.
And practice what you preach, because
remember,
in the Bible it says, "Do unto others like you want them to do unto you."
Correct.
So if you want to tell someone what to do, then that means you want someone to tell you what to do. If you want someone to, like, if you want to like mad dog on gay people or abortions, then we're gonna rag on you for your stupidity.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the Westboro Baptist Church showed up to a recent cop funeral that happened. The cop died because, and this is local news, so you'll have to look it up in the Albuquerque Journal or like say KRQE News 4 or so on and so forth. The cop died because he was actually off duty When the snowstorm hit, someone had slid off the road and hit a curb and popped his tire. And he stopped to help the guy to pull his car off of the curb and get his car. He was actually, he was in his personal vehicle, but it was still equipped with the ram bar and the police lights, because cops will do that to their own personal vehicles.
Plus it's more fun that way.
Go UC mode, if you will. Push the, he was working on aligning the vehicle to push it into the parking lot where he crashed by, and a car was going way too fast on the slick road, slid out of control and wrecked right into them. Now, this is a very tragic accident. It does suck that we lost probably a good one of the few honest cops that are left, who's an honest person, not
Much
out to
respect
just
to them.
exactly. Much respect to that person and his family. But I've got to say, the Westboro Baptist Church showed up to his funeral, and they tried to preach about how he died because there's too many gay people in the world. You know what? All of your religions, and you know what? I'm gonna rag on you a little bit. All of your religions, no matter what you are, it says judge. Don't judge. Let be judged. In other words, that means that you're not supposed to judge individuals. Let yourself judge yourself, and let others judge themselves. You are not supposed to judge other people.
Yes,
but
and also it says in the Bible that may he without sin cast the first stone. Tell me, which one of you guys are without sin and still prejudge people based on their sexuality and their decisions in life?
you know
I
what?
don't judge anybody. I love gay people. They're fun people.
They're good people.
And they're dressed really nice. I'll admit that.
Yeah, they do have a good taste in clothing. You know, they are unique individuals who deserve to be respected.
Yeah.
The LGBT community, you know what? It's your choice.
Yes.
If you like taking it up the ass, then take it up the ass.
Exactly.
So
if you like to scissor, just scissor and let me wash, please.
we don't really have a problem with it. You know what? It's the 21st century. Actually, it's the 22nd century technically.
Oh, technically.
But it's a new age. It's a new dawn.
Yeah,
a new time.
and it's gonna happen regardless. So just accept it, please.
Exactly.
Accept it.
Just accept it. You can't stop it. There's nothing you can do to stop it. As a matter of fact, the only thing that'll happen is the more you try to stop it, the more the people will push back.
Yes.
So, you know what? People are people. They make their own decisions. That's why we live in a goddamn free country.
Or actually, dude, I think it's another foreign country. I forgot what it's called. Fuck.
Excuse me, I heard a funny sound by the back door. Go ahead and continue.
Alright, well, yeah, there's this other country where they have actually, it's been proven that they have more humane freedoms than the U.S. So what makes you what does that tell you about the U.S. quote home of the free when another country has more freedom than the actual home of the free? So, like, I'm not ragging on the government, because the government does fuck up, but it does help people every once in a while. But it usually helps big businesses, because now it is who could get the most sponsors. That's pretty much the campaign nowadays. Who gets the most sponsors? If anything, everybody who's running for president should actually have a jacket with the names of the companies that are sponsoring them. If it's free, if it's donated money from the actual people, then you don't need anything. You just put the American flag right there. But if it's if you're being sponsored by the big drugs or big oil, then we know why you're doing what you do, and we know not to fucking vote for you. But yeah, just I don't know. I'm just saying that the government, your guys are messing up. You guys are just taking sides of businesses nowadays. The U.S. is just now run by businesses. So
You just remember.
I just want my freedom. If you guys are gonna do not outlaw guns, because then only outlaws will have guns.
Well, you know what, and you know what, straight up, here's something heavy to think about. In Oklahoma, there was actually a law passed that said, that stated that any Obama or further attempts to delegalize guns, to make them illegal to possess, will have, as a matter of fact, it will be a criminal punishable by their state law. Anyone who tries to enforce said law that the U.S. Senate passes is unconstitutional and will be arrested and imprisoned on site. You will be held against your will. You will be had everything that happens to normal people in the U.S. justice system. And you will be a federal agent. You will be a local state cop. Whatever. You will get arrested. You will go to jail, and you will be charged. And you know what? Oklahoma's pretty fair in doing that, because taking away the right to own a gun is taking away your Second Amendment. Your Second Amendment rights.
Right to bear arms.
Your right to bear arms. And you know what? Yes, it was developed in a time where there were more battles to be fought. There were more constant internal battles of people, battling over land and stuff.
Yeah, but then again, that's still being around with the gang wars. So
Well,
people are constantly fighting for territory, for land. So you know what? If you're a family guy and you want to protect your family, you have the right to protect them in the way you see fit.
And you know what? This is a straight comparison, something that will actually compare an anti-gun law. You put an anti-gun law into effect. Let's see, how well has the war on drugs worked? Heroin is illegal, but yet I see people constantly doing it around me. Meth is illegal, but you know what? Do you know how many oil burners I sell a day? It's sick.
And even they made a TV show about it. Breaking Bad.
Crack,
show,
crack and cocaine are illegal, but yet again, we don't see any decrease in it. As a matter of fact, we see an increase in it every time it tries to get fought more. It comes back with a vengeance and gets even worse. The problem will get worse. Here's the thing, and you know what? This is pretty smart. You legalize everything at once, and all the people who are going to do drugs are going to do them. And you know what? And I hate to say this because I know that it's going to sound very rude, but those of you who are going to do drugs and kill yourself off, just fucking do it.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but you know what? You put yourself into a position that you can't get out of, and the rest of the public should not have to pay for your mistake.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying go overdose on heroin or go overdose on meth, but I'm saying if you're going to do the drug, and
Just
whether
fucking
it's
end it.
illegal or legal, once it's legal, we know that you're going to get more than you're going to be able to handle at one time, and you'll probably overdose. We're not saying that that's a good thing, but we're saying that there's no way to control it or stop it, so might as well just let it happen, because those who are going to do it are going to do it. Now, when I say legalize it, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's legal to work somewhere and be on amphetamines or be on opiates or be on any other opiate variants like heroin or other drugs like cocaine. I should still think that there should be. I still think that there should be some kind of drug testing in place, but it should only be really strict against the harder drugs. Like if they see that your count on the higher drug that you're doing is really really high, then
toxic and
maybe even to the point, or maybe even to the point that you're doing it on the job just to stay functional. You know what? That's unacceptable. But you know, at the same time, you steal from me to get your fix, you're gonna meet my gun.
Yes.
So, you
not
know,
a fun one either.
I believe Moscow for a year legalized everything. I mean, absolutely everything. They legalized heroin, they legalized meth, they legalized absolutely everything in Moscow for a year. All the people that were going to do drugs, once it got legalized,
Overdose.
no. Ironically, no.
Really?
What they saw what happened was once it was legal, people used it way less often because they knew that they could get their hands on it when they wanted it. Instead of having to worry about their drug dealer going to jail, they can just go to the pharmacy and say, hey, I want this, take my money. And they can get it when they want, which creates less, right off the start, it'll create a higher supply and demand, but then it levels out and goes way down because now people can get their hands on it whenever they want. They will just simply back off. They will slow down and back off because it's not as fun anymore. They're not doing something that's illegal. They're doing something that they know is legal.
And they don't get the same rush out of it.
Exactly. They don't get the same rush or the same effect out of it because they know that they're doing it legally now. So they actually found that 80% of the country that was addicted to hard drugs slowed down on their drug intake.
Cool.
So it's a well worth it decision. And even if I think there should be some kind of trial run, like one state that we know has bad drug problems.
California.
Well, not in weed. I'm all for marijuana legalization just because, and I'll be pretty fair and straight up, I'd rather smoke a bowl than drink a beer any day.
I would rather do both.
I don't mind doing both, but if I had to pick, I'd rather smoke a bowl than drink a beer or take a shot. Because first off, you're not gonna have a hangover in the morning.
True. And also, marijuana has a lot of medicinal properties to it, and it's like one of the non-addicting drugs that you could actually quit on your own.
You can't quit on your own without medical assistance. It sucks. It really does. It sucks. But you know what? You don't feel like you have to have it once you're off of it. You'll get a headache, you'll feel off, but you don't feel like you're gonna have to go kill someone to make sure that you stay alive because you want to rip your own head off.
Yeah, it's just one of those drugs that helps you relax, enjoy music, or even sex better.
It's not even a drug. Technically, you can't call it that. It's a plant.
Oh yeah, true. It's a herbal supplement.
Technically, that means, and I know I'm going to hear this argument in the comments at some point that, then that means cocaine is made from the coca leaf. Yes, but it's processed. Yes. It's processed with chemicals to make it. So it is not natural. If you took the leaves right off the coca plant and you chewed on them, that's different from taking it, pouring it in gasoline and ether, and letting it soak for days to take the extract and let it float to the top. That is not natural.
That is a chemical reaction and extremely unhealthy.
And then heroin, straight up, it's not. I had someone tell me, heroin is made by picking the poppy seed plant, and then the milk that comes off of it, you collect and dry it out, and that's heroin. That is incorrect. Heroin is a chemical. Heroin is a chemical synthetic that was taken from the poppy to make the opiate. They have to isolate the opiate through chemical extraction and get it out. It's the same thing, and I'll be pretty fair here. Hash is a drug.
Yeah, it is.
Hash is an extract of a plant. You have to use a chemical like butane or propane or some other means of extracting and dissolving the THC in the compounds to get it to where you want it into a concentrate. And that's a drug.
Yes,
Hash is a drug and should really be reserved for those who actually need it. Although I will say taking a hit of hash is fun every once in a while. You know what? That's every once in a while.
And we're not promoting drug use.
We're not promoting drug use at all, but I'm saying straight, it makes a lot more sense. But technically, you can compare hash to heroin because
and also, I think there's like a list of the most dangerous drugs, and apparently marijuana is higher on the list than heroin
or meth.
Which is completely freaking stupid, man.
And you know what? I've had a talk with an Albuquerque cop.
I never heard of anybody ever overdosing on marijuana before.
Hey, but you know what? Here's something funny for you. There are several possible ways to die from marijuana. One, you choke on a piece of weed when you're eating it. Two, you smoke a bowl and you cough a lung out.
Which
we all know is not physically possible, but
you'll probably just like
cough up blood.
Not really, dude. You'll just eat a few things and fall to sleep before you get to that point, unless you have a high tolerance, but you still fall asleep before you kill yourself.
It is not possible to overdose on weed because you would want. There's one of two ways that you'd have to do it. One, you'd have to weigh out your exact body weight in weed plus 1 pound and smoke all of it
in one day.
No, you'd have to smoke all of it in less than an hour to overdose. Or
that
you
sounds
could
like
take
fun, but completely impossible. You'll pass out by the time you're like a quarter way there or a fifth of the way there.
You can take hash, which is an extract. Technically, it is not marijuana, but it is an extract of marijuana. and you can overdose on THC from hash, but you would still, hash would take, it would take half of your body weight's worth of hash in less than a half an hour sitting in order for you to overdose. There's no possible way to overdose from THC. As a matter of fact, why do you think it's the only substance that stays in your body for 30 days after you smoke it? It's because your body naturally produces its own THC analogs, and it does so in the brain to help calm you down after an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, and
it
also
does it naturally.
And the brain has natural receptors for the THC.
So that's got to tell you.
What does that tell you about marijuana? It's supposed to be smoked by humans to help relax, to help appetite, and to help, like, it actually has medicinal purposes against cancers.
It does, as a matter of fact.
Cancers.
Not just certain
and arthritis.
cancers. They're finding that it actually has a good effect against cancers if injected directly where the cancer cells are, the biggest cluster of cancer cells is. Then it is proven to make those cancer cells commit suicide.
Well, there you go. See, it helps you relax, but it kills off the cancer.
Why do you think that there's that doctor who's on the run for doing those case studies? Because he proved once and for all that THC is the cure for cancer. But here's the problem with it. You go see your doctor for cancer, and you go get chemotherapy. You're going to go and get chemotherapy again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And guess what? It makes them money.
Mm-hmm.
There's no money in a cure for cancer, because a cure for cancer would mean that you would pay just one time to get cured, and there you go. Whereas chemotherapy can actually encourage cancer to come back too. I mean, it is an effective way to battle it, but at the same time, it's an effective way to ensure that it will come back.
Yeah,
You're bombarding something that, and it's proven radiation causes cancer, so then why are you exposing cancer to radiation?
If anything, it's probably just making it stronger.
That's why. That's why it comes back. That's why cancers are known to come back after chemotherapy, because you damaged more tissue trying to save yourself than the repair that you did.
That's like trying to dig out a bullet from your arm with a machete.
Yeah, it doesn't work. You'll end up cutting your arm off in the process.
Exactly. So it's like I said, it's pretty much kind of like that kind of a scenario.
Now I have a medical patient friend who is he's a Vietnam veteran from when Agent Orange was sprayed all over them and all over everything.
That's just fucking horrible.
He's got lung cancer and several other variations of cancer from being exposed to Agent Orange, and they're discovering he is on, I believe it's a company called Vastex. They make a hemp oil extract, and daily he puts a big giant syringe full under his tongue, and you have to let it sit there, because if you do, your tongue is just like your stomach and your intestines. It absorbs things instantly.
Yes.
So you have a higher absorption rate, and you're just under your tongue, you can absorb 90% of a chemical, which is why if you have to take a pill of some sort, like my mom takes thyroid, she dissolves it under her tongue, because 90% of it will then be absorbed, because you're absorbing some through your tongue, then you're absorbing some in your stomach, then you're absorbing some through your intestines. You're going to have a higher full absorption rate. Mm-hmm. The way that the hemp oils work is once you've got it in your system, you just go pass the fuck back out. And so you wake up and you take your dose and you go to bed. Now the way to do this treatment, so that way, one, you don't become agile and need rehabilitation to walk or to use your arms and stuff again, is you sleep for 2 days. You spend a full day awake doing normal activities. You sleep for 2 days. You spend 1 day awake doing normal activities.
Dude, if you sleep for 2 days, that's pretty much like a small coma.
Well,
so pretty much you take a coma for 2 days.
Well, yeah. Well, the idea is if you sleep for 2 days, the sleeping is what helps make the body recover. It is the number one way of getting over just about any illness. I mean, if you're sick, what do? You stay in bed.
That, or you could go to a mineral-rich hot spring, which is extremely relaxing.
And when you sleep, your body can then focus its energy on trying to battle this illness instead of trying to battle your way through the paperwork. So it is an effective way to cure cancer, and See, when you take in tetrahydrocannabinol and you apply it to cancer cells and then you go to sleep, the effect is that the THC will cause the cancer cells to commit suicide. Now, that's why you have to do multiple doses, because it won't work with just one dose. You will have to do multiple doses, but the idea is you're sleeping for 2 days, you're going to keep that high level in your system. So it's going to be able to effectively last longer in your system and battle the cancer longer, and then your body can take over and finish taking care of the problem.
Yep.
That's why when I had a paranoidal cyst, I healed in just a little over 2 weeks. When normal healing time, if I would have gone to see the doctor, got it lanced and packed with cotton material,
yeah,
I would have been looking at a 2 to 3 month recovery time with a hole at the base of my tailbone, just open and ready for another infection to come in.
So pretty much like another hole in his ass.
Pretty much. Well, not at my ass. Imagine at the top of the crack.
Okay, then so pretty much a new asshole.
So, you'd have that, then you have to worry about fecal matter getting into contact with it for longer periods of time.
Especially if you like to wipe from the bottom up like I do.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not a wise idea. And you know what? Honestly, unless the boil is as big as your fucking arm, you shouldn't really seek medical attention. You should try and look up. I mean, we have the fucking internet now. Yes. That's why you look things up on the internet. You can find just about
Google it.
Yeah, or when in doubt, Bing it, or whatever search engine you guys prefer.
Google.
Just make sure you look up your information. You should be able to find any information on just about anything. Information on how to get over it, what home remedies are for it, what you can do to avoid getting it again. There's lots of information on the web. I mean, one website it created exclusively for taking care of yourself at home is WebMD. And
I haven't tried it.
You go to WebMD, it will ask you what your symptoms are. Go for it. If you go to WebMD and you don't know what's wrong with you, it'll ask you in a bunch of lists what's wrong, what are your symptoms, what are you experiencing, is it any of the above, and then is it any of this, and then is it any of that, and then it will show you a list of things that could be wrong with you, and then you continue from there and you look at what are the stronger symptoms, and the stronger symptoms are the ones that you're going to focus on. The stronger symptoms are the ones that you're going to look at, and you're going to see, yes, I need to take care of this, or yes, I know that this is this, and I have these symptoms, and these are the strongest symptoms, although these are other side effects. You know what will be wrong with you, and you can take care of yourself. That way you don't have to rely on a doctor. You can rely on yourself to take care of your own well-being. You should only go, and this is my personal opinion from being in a doctor environment this entire time of my life. My mom had cancer for 8 years. She has thyroid cancer. And she had 7 pea-sized cancer polyps on her thyroid.
Sorry, I almost fell.
You're fine.
Almost tripped my foot right there.
And she had it for 7 years, and the doctor was telling her that she's crazy and that she's got nothing wrong with her, when in fact, all it took was one simple blood test to find out that she really did have thyroid cancer. And it all stems back to, what kind of health care do you have? Do you have cheap health care or good health care? If you've got cheap health care, the doctors are going to deny you coverage because they know that they're not going to make money on you. So the whole idea here is, go to the doctor when you have to, or that there's something definitely wrong that, is way out of the ordinary for you. If you've got a cold, please don't go take up the doctor's time. Please don't go take up the doctor's time. I can't tell you how many times that I've gone to the doctor because I had bronchitis and I needed to go get a antibiotic, and I had to go sit in the urgent care waiting room for 3.5, 4 hours because I kept seeing people come out with prescriptions for over-the-counter, essentially what are now over-the-counter cold medicines. So, it just doesn't make sense.
Get yourself a fucking NyQuil. Stop being a bitch. You don't need a doctor.
Get some NyQuil, get some Dayquil, and get over it. I just had a cold about a week ago. I think I just probably got over it.
Well, talking about getting colds, dude. On a side note, this is about a coworker of mine. I'm not gonna give any names on where I work or the person I'm talking about, but he's a complete asshole. Upon occasion, he would leave work, and since I work the night shift, I start close to 5:30, and sometimes I have to work from 9:30 to midnight to sometimes even 1:30 to 2 o'clock in the morning because his daughter gets a cold or flu, and all of a sudden that turns to a freaking emergency that where I have to pretty much do his work with only one other person, which increases my workload by 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours. If you want to help out your daughter, stay at work to get the money to buy the medicine. What are you gonna do if you're at home? You're not a doctor. You're a janitor. Do what you gotta do. Work, get the medicine, and then go see your family, man. Because to be honest, I have family too. You're not the only one. I might not be a father or a husband, but if you're a boss and you single out someone just because they have a family, then you're discriminating against your other your other workers that don't have families. That is not right. That is wrong, and that is fucked up as hell.
Now, if it's an extreme circumstance,
like if she was in an accident or is hospitalized, then yeah, I understand.
Yeah, if your kid's in the hospital because she's got what's like something
a severe fever
or E. coli, and she has the constant runs, she's dehydrated, she has to be put on an IV.
Okay,
we understand that. We're not trying to say, you know, that we're going to rag on you for the person for the kid in the hospital.
That's important. But
the daughter's got the flu. You know what? Unless she's in the hospital for her flu, she's of no concern. Yeah. She will get better. It sucks that the dad's not around or the mom is not around, or you know, whoever. The parent that wants to be home with their sick kid isn't around. Yes, the daughter or son or whoever is sick is going to be sad that they're not around when they're not feeling good. But you know what? They're going to feel better knowing that they got the roof over their head and that they're still going to be able to get their food because they've got their cars still. So it's a wiser idea to make money than it is to try and stay home with your sick kid. Now, I can understand your 6-month-old has the flu. Okay,
maybe
that's an extreme case, but it does happen. Your 6-month-old, 6 month to 2-year-old has the flu. Okay, they've got a cold.
You still need to work.
Okay, they've got the chicken pox. Okay, I can understand wanting to go home right away. Well, actually, yeah, you can.
Yeah, they have vaccinations for that, but some parents don't like the vaccinations.
I got the vaccination and I still got chicken pox. So
no, you're supposed to get it because the vaccination is actual like a weekend, like a weekend virus that will your body will get rid of within a few days. So it's not really that bad if you get the infection after
after the vaccine.
Sorry, I can't talk.
The idea is you increase your antibody count because there is both dead and living viral cells in there. So you will increase your antibody count against it. You will have a lesser infection time. You won't be infected for even close to as long because your body was able to effectively produce the antibodies to kill it off. Yes. And then it keeps your antibody count high because it doesn't want you getting it again.
Yes. So all in all, don't be an asshole. Treat your employees equally, and I don't want to stay awake until about 12 o'clock, wake up a few hours later to do something else.
Yeah, go right back to work again.
Yeah.
You know what? It's unfair to the other employees. You got a kindergartner or a middle schooler who's got the cold or the flu. That sucks. But you know what? That's the story of life. Life sucks. You know what? Life sucks for everyone. Life sucks for me right now. As my situation is going right now, even with the new invention and everything that I've got going, I'm a constant 2 weeks away from getting my car repoed, and we've got to come up with a pretty substantial sum of money by, I don't know, January. I think it's January 6th or the 9th, or they're going to start foreclosure proceedings on our house. So, I mean, I'm not in a good financial position. I know where you guys are coming from who are in bad financial positions. I'm not some rich guy in a smoke shop. I wish I was. but I'm not no rich guy at all. I drive a car that is owned by a bank. I live in a house that is owned by a bank, and until you pay them off, you don't officially own them. You could say that you own them, but until you've got the deed in your hand or the title in your hand, it's not officially yours. So it can get taken away from you, because if you don't pay for it, what are they going to do? They're going to come and take it from you, because they know that you're going to stop paying on it. Now, fortunately for our circumstances, we're fighting a workman's comp battle, which is, it's all attorneys, so we're all just waiting on the whole justice system to take its effect.
Which is going to take its sweet ass time.
Oh, it always does. But once it has its settlement, it will pay for us if we do lose our house. They'll have to pay a higher amount of money because we lost our house. I mean, if we lose our cars, they'll have to pay more money to us because we lost our cars. I mean, yeah, we don't want to have to let it get to that point, but you know what? We're already this close away. Anything else gives. We're probably shutting down. That won't be the end of the show, but that'll be the end of us for a while. That'll be the end of to the Mr. Happy Smoke Shop. If you live in the local Rio Rancho area, I ask that you come and take a look at our store.
Yes.
We are not having a very good time. Our holiday is going to be probably spent thinking about how to not lose our house. I know that there's not a lot of people that have money, but those of you who have enough money to support someone, please come help. I'm not asking for a donation. I'm asking that you come shop at my store. That's a lot. I'm not asking. I don't want you to donate. Any of you watching in other states who can't possibly make it to my store, I don't want your money. I'm not asking for your money. I'm asking that if you're in the local area, I'm asking that if you're in Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, maybe Santa Fe, that's stretching it a little bit, but
within 30 minutes.
Well,
all right.
You know what? We are the closest adult store to Santa Fe, and Santa Fe doesn't have an adult store yet. So, they will come down and see us. But if you're in the local area, please come and see us. We're having such a bad local holiday for us. Christmas is usually supposed to be a time that you're happy and you rejoice about all the things that you have. But right now we're in a position that we're looking at everything we're not about to have. And we don't live much of a lavish lifestyle. We've got a decent home that we've renovated ourselves, so we didn't have to pay any contractors because renovations do have to take place. And yes, I know I've got a newer car, but I bought it used. I bought it at a good price, and at the time we could afford it. But things have just gone downhill for us ever since my dad lost his job and got hurt. Our sales aren't as high as they used to be, especially because we just changed location. So just throwing that out there, anyone who's listening. What do you have?
I like turtles. I'm sorry, I just had to. Well, I think that should be it for today because we've already been on for close to an hour. So
yeah, I think we've been on for about an hour, if not a little bit more. It's getting late here. It's about 4 a.m.
Yeah.
We're ready to end
and
this
again,
video
we're sorry that
off.
it took us a while to upload the video. But yeah, we're gonna try to stay consistent on this at least once or twice a week. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. We're going to be having a lot more topics, and sometimes we're going to come back to old topics to talk more about it.
Now, remember, keep in mind that on the first show I did say that there's going to be prizes and stuff.
Yes.
That's only coming from the YouTube money. I don't have the personal funds to be able to afford something like this.
Well, if anything, I probably would be able to fund a few things. Right now, what would be a good thing to you know what? I will personally buy an e-cig for the 50th subscriber. If we could get up to 50 subscribers within the next, by the end of by mid-January, if we get 50 subscribers, the 50th person will get a free e-cig with 2 juices. And
if you are less than 18 and you do win the prize.
will
We're
have to
sorry.
give it
We will have
to
to
the
give
next
it to the
person.
next person
Yeah.
up who is 18 years old.
Yes.
So
And we
we
will have
sincerely
to.
apologize.
We will have to Skype. You'll have to show an ID and possibly a birth certificate if the ID does seem a little sketchy.
Yeah.
So-
well, actually, what would make more sense is your social security card
No,
with
because
the ID.
no, social security card doesn't have a birth date on it though.
Correct, but it shows. Well, yes. Well, yeah.
Because anybody can get a fake ID and a fake social, but a fake birth certificate is extremely hard to come by, and is virtually impossible to fake.
Correct.
So so as I said, 50th subscriber gets a free e-cig.
And I'll tell you what, the 100th subscriber, I don't know, what do you think sounds like a good gift card? A cell phone from Net10 with 2 months of cell phone service?
How about a $100 gift card to Amazon?
$100, yeah, I think we can scrounge that up. The 100th subscriber gets a $100 gift card from Amazon. Now, our goal is to try and get the 100th subscriber by February. If we don't, the prize will still be available to the 100th subscriber, but just remember that's what we're pushing for. Try and spread this to as many of your friends as possible.
And also, like we said, we will have like other contests along the way. So, and also next month we'll have a cooking contest. Let's see if your recipe could beat mine.
Or any recipe whatsoever. If you've got
Yeah.
a recipe for an alcohol drink, if you've got a recipe for cookies, if you've got a recipe for
we'll
food.
make the drink here if you'd like.
We will test the best on the show. We will have a grouping by category on which one was the winner in what category. Like we'll have cold foods, hot foods, alcohol.
And then by the end of the year, we will have the best drink of the year.
We'll have the best drink of the year.
Which we will get the best drinks of the month and put them all against each other. And we'll
compare them head to head.
Yes.
We will sit down and make all the drinks. We'll lay them out here in front of you, in front of the camera. By that time, we already plan on having a better camera by then.
No, of course.
Not just an HD camera like we've got now, but a full-on professional HD camera by that time.
Just so you know, in case you guys didn't watch the first episode,
This is the Microsoft LifeCam Studio.
Amazing camera, amazing quality. The audio is a little out of sync, but all in all, great camera, great investment.
Well, honestly, the audio is out of sync because the first video that we uploaded, I had to edit in Windows Movie Maker.
Oh, okay.
This one, we're not going to have to edit. We can just load straight up.
All right, then we'll...
So then the audio has no problem. It was Windows Movie Maker's software just wasn't up quite to par.
Windows, it's all your fault. No, I'm kidding.
Windows 8.1, it's all your fault.
Man.
And on that bombshell, we're going to end the show. So we hope you guys have enjoyed the show. If you have suggestions for future topics,
Leave them in the description?
leave them in the comments. We will be actively checking the comments daily. We might not be able to respond to all of your questions, but we will respond to as many of them as we can.
Yes.
I mean, eventually this show will get to a point that there was, I don't know, 1 million subscribers. If we ever get to that point. If we ever get to that point.
And if we do get up to 1 million subscribers, I will personally bow down to you, and you will be on this show, and I will freaking make you a crown.
And you know what? And I think this should come from both of us. I highly recommend Vsauce, Vsauce 2, and Vsauce 3. They have very good content. They have over 1 million subscribers. If you're not watching it, you should get on it right away.
Yes.
Their show, Mind Blow, really, some of the
blows your
stuff,
mind.
it blows your mind that this stuff exists.
Highly not recommended watching it while you're on acid.
Or on just about anything.
Any hallucinogens.
You might freak out.
Yes.
They've got some pretty cool things on there, but also things like what was that random one?
That skeleton.
On water or on sea, amphibious RV.
Yeah.
Sorry. They make funny comments. I mean, it's a worthwhile show. They obviously know what they're doing.
And also a few more channels that you guys got to check out is H2O Delirious and Vanoss Gaming. funny guys. They make videos with Call of Duty. They make videos with Dead Rising. Funny guys, man. They're amazing, and they even have their own remix songs. Gesundheit. And yeah, they're just great people all in all, man. You can also find them on Facebook, and they actually do respond to whatever you put. And also the Gaming Terrorizer, he's also funny.
Now, within the next few episodes, you know what? I'm gonna do a special treat for you guys. As long as I get enough subscribers, so I get enough money to do this. I'm going to buy a new jar for my Blendtec Total Blender, and we will live right here, just to prove that the Willet blends are not fake, because I've done them before in bad Blendtec jars that I ruined myself. And you know,
we will blend whatever
blend whatever you suggest. And as a matter of fact, I am open for suggestions. I will put in whatever I can fit in the jar. I'm not going to pull a Tom Dixon and break a tablet in half and shove it in the Blendtec. So
that's too much money for us.
That's too much money.
Maybe later if we get the money for it, but not anytime soon. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You know what? I'll make it real simple. I've got this broken ass phone right here. When I get my new phone, that will be our Willet blend. Instead of waiting for suggestions on options, I'll put something that's actually worthwhile on trying to put in there. Because it's already broken and it's worthless as it is. So once I get my new phone, I've actually got like 4 old phones that I can throw on the Blendtec at once. I will put them in there. I will make a video and I will put it on to show you. I know Tom Dixon says don't try it at home, but you know what? We're gonna do it anyway, because you know what? We might not be full-on professionals, but we're professionals. So somewhat. So we are in front of a camera. We are doing it for fun. So
and we're not doing this to promote items, as I said.
Yeah, we're not doing this to promote an item.
Yeah, we're not
we're giving our honest opinion on it and showing you part of our job on this show is to sort through the bullshit. So we will show you what's bullshit and what's not. That's the idea.
Like Justin Bieber.
Just like Justin Bieber, exactly. Bullshit. So you know what? We will do a Willet blend for you, and then I will do some recipes for the Blendtec. I understand not everyone can afford them. They are like $400 to $500 to own for the basic model, but they're worth the money. They have a 10-year warranty. And what other countertop blender that's shorter than other blenders has a 3 horsepower, 1560 watt motor and can take down anything and make a soup hot just because of how fast the blades spin?
Yes, this guy's been telling me that he can make soup in his blender, which will be hot. To be honest, I want to see that. Do you want to see that? Like and subscribe, and you will see that.
Yep, I'm going to.
I will soup right here without a stove.
Without a stove, you know what? And without any hot water. And to be fair, I've got a water jug sitting up there. It's a water jug.
I'm too lazy.
It's a water jug from a place locally that we got it from called Purified Water to Go.
It's right down the parking lot from us.
It has no heating. It is a plastic dispenser jug. Like imagine the jugs that you'd put upside down in a dispenser, but it already has the dispenser at the bottom of it. We will fill up the water, and it's just room temperature water. I will be putting cold vegetables and fresh water from this jug into the jar, so that way we can show you it's no bullshit. You will have hot soup. You will have real food and hot soup in less than 4 minutes. And on top of all of this, it doesn't fully cook the soup. It makes it hot enough that it's eating a hot soup. But if you cook all your raw vegetables, you're cooking away all of your minerals, all of your nutrients
inside of it,
and all of the phytonutrients that you can only get from raw vegetables, which honestly you should have more of in your diet. I don't care if you're a vegetarian or you're a carnivore, in your opinion. You know what? Everyone should have the right balance of everything in their diet. If you have too much of one and not enough of another, you will have problems. You will have health problems.
We should make beef stew in it.
No, it's not that easy. Remember, it blends everything.
I know.
So,
I know, but like make like a soup with meat in it, like turn the meat into part of the soup.
Well, no, I tried that. That's not a good idea. What is a good idea is, and I actually got this from the Blendtec recipe book. It's called chicken taco soup. You take two carrots, 2 sprigs of celery, 2 parsnips, a half of a green onion, a little bit of seasoning, whatever you prefer. We use taco seasoning, which is why it's called the taco soup. And then you cook your chicken separately. I would recommend boiling your chicken. You're not looking to flavor it because the soup is where the flavor is going to come from. You make the soup in the Blendtec. You have your your chicken pre-cooked, and then you add it to your soup once the Blendtec cycle is done, and it's done heating your soup. Add the hot chicken to your soup in the Blendtec jar, pulse it a couple of times to mix it around, and dump it out into a bowl. You know, that's the best suggestion that they give, so that your meat doesn't get blended and you've got chunks. We understand that not everyone wants a liquid soup.
Yeah. Sometimes I like mine chunky.
Exactly. I like to have chunks in it, like noodles and vegetables. And so, well, with that bombshell, we are going to officially end this broadcast for the evening. We are extremely tired. I need to get this video uploaded ASAP. So, you know, we appreciate all of you guys watching, and as always, thanks for watching.
Remember, stay happy.